Hey team. So it's been about 7 days since I got my Botox, and I want to show the experience of what it looks like for the first couple days afterwards, because my experience is pretty typical. So, if you remember from the previous video, here my glabella was making those pretty strong vertical lines, and this is me trying to scowl at my staff, but it's not moving actually, which is pretty awesome. The procerus muscle, which goes up and down and creates the horizontal line, you can see it's working not as much as it used to. I used to have a pretty defined horizontal line that was very deep, and now if I really force it, I'm trying really hard actually, it makes a little bit of line, but it's not so bad. And then the smile lines over here is the lateral orbicularis, and you can see if I smile, it moves here, my cheek is moving, it's moving here, like here in this one spot, it's not moving as much. So you can see how I can smile, I can look normal, I can do stuff, but it's just not making as many like smile lines or crow's feet out here on the side. The one that's interesting, and this is what gets a lot of patients, is, all right, it's working here, but then if I raise my forehead, you see it's like doing this weird wonky thing where like this brow is going up, and here it's going up, but just not as much. So what happens is Botox, it takes about a minute to do it. It takes about 3 days for it to start to work. And then we like to tell people it really does take 10 to 14 days for it to fully work. And whenever I get Botox, this muscle always takes the longest for it to start to work. So if I really want to raise my forehead, you can see if like something was startling going on, I could say, oh my gosh, and I can raise my forehead. But I still have this line over here, which is normal because it's only 7 days, and it really does take 14 days for it to fully work. So I'm not going to do anything now. I want to put a little bit more Botox in here, but I know if I wait a few more days, then this side will eventually, the Botox will kick in, and then it'll be fine, and then that way it'll look fine. Usually what we do for our patients is what I'm gonna do for myself, which is at 10 or 14 days, I'd have the patient come in, and if it's still moving and you want it to move a little bit less, then we just up you a little bit more, we put a little bit more Botox in there. We charge per area, which means that we don't charge per unit, which is confusing for patients. We want to set the endpoint for you to be 100% happy. So at the 14-day mark, if it's still moving and you want it to move a little bit less, then we just put in a little bit more Botox in there, and then that's all you need. So I'm gonna do that, which is hard because it involves waiting and nobody has patience these days. So I'm gonna wait, and I think in a few days, like this line will kind of calm down, and it'll start to kick in a little bit more, and so we'll reevaluate it together in a few days. All right, thanks.